Good morning. Thank you for joining us today for a press conference regarding the Deontae Abron homicide. We have an update that we'd like to share with you today. Chief Jackson will be giving that update, followed by some questions, and then we'll resume our normal media briefing following that. Chief.
Good morning, Acting Chief Brian Jackson. On June 12th, 2021, at approximately 4 a.m. in the morning, Lincoln police officers responded to the reports of gunshots in the 6000 block of Adams Street. When officers arrived, they located 31-year-old Deontae Abron with a gunshot wound to his face. He was transported to the hospital, but he ultimately died from his injuries on June 15th, 2021 in an Omaha hospital. Deontae's family has been updated throughout this investigation. We continue to extend our thoughts and condolences to his friends and family, and we ask the public to respect their privacy as they continue to grieve his death. Investigators have conducted numerous interviews and determined there had been a disturbance involving a large number of individuals near the 6,000 blocks of Adams who were attending a party in the area. Around 4 a.m., a fight broke out. Gunshots were fired and people fled the scene. Officers processed the scene for evidence, canvassed the area, and obtained videos from neighbors, witnesses, and businesses. Based on those videos, investigators were able to identify 26-year-old Chantrell Hickey and 24-year-old Daquan Hickey as individuals firing weapons at the scene. Daquan Hickey was seen firing a weapon into the air, and Chantrell Hickey is seen shooting in the direction of the victim. On July 6, 2021, approximately 6 p.m., investigators took Daquan Hickey into custody in the area of 28th and O. He was arrested for felony possession of a firearm. At 6:18 p.m., investigators took Chantrell Hickey into custody at his residence in the 700 block of C Street. During the service of a search warrant, when he was taken into custody, Chantrell was arrested for second-degree murder, use of a weapon to commit a felony, and felon in possession of a firearm. This investigation is still ongoing. The individuals we believe responsible are in custody. We encourage anyone with information to call 402-441-6000 or make an anonymous report to Crime Stoppers at 402-475-3600. A large number of people were reported to have attended that party and could be and may be witnesses to this event. We're asking for people to come forward who may have information regarding this case. And I can answer a few questions if you have.
Any questions, guys?
You guys have repeatedly mentioned that there's a large number of people at that party. Have you talked to a lot of those people, or are you having trouble locating them?
We have talked to anybody, to my knowledge, we've talked to anybody that's been identified as attending the party.
You have?
We have. If we have identified them as being present at the party, we would have attempted to interview them. But there's a lot of people we don't know that were there. We know there are more people there than we know by name. So we're asking people who were at the party, especially now that the parties we believe are responsible or in custody, that they come forward either directly to us or through our Crime Stoppers.
What's your understanding of what led to the dispute, the confrontation, the fight?
That's still under investigation. There was a fight that occurred just prior to the gunshots being discharged. The association to all of that would appear to be consistent, but it's all part of the ongoing investigation.
The Hickeys, are they brothers, cousins?
It's my understanding that they are brothers.
Andrew.
Do you know whether or not they were actually aiming at Mr. Abron? Were they actually aiming at Mr. Abron, or were they just firing into a crowd?
As I mentioned in the release, one was firing into the air. It certainly wasn't firing at anybody in general in the air. The other was firing toward the vicinity of Mr. Abron.
Were they actually aiming at him? Were they trying to hit him, or were they just shooting in that area?
That's part of an ongoing investigation, but the charges are reflective of firing towards a group of people, not necessarily at a specific individual.
Is it clear yet if the Hickeys know Abron before the party, or did they meet him there, or is there any relationship there?
They were all at a common location. They're a direct association. I don't know that we have that clear or not at this point.
One more question if we have one. Otherwise,
And do you believe that the weapons that were seen inside the video were confiscated? You were able to obtain both of the weapons?
Right now, we won't talk directly about the investigation, what's been seized and what hasn't been seized.
Thank you, Chief.
You bet.
And that will conclude the press conference. We'll take a little break and then we